Oh, no. Everybody stop. I've got to tell you something. Hello friends, my name is Sarah. I am the artist and maker behind Denim and Rain. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. We are over 800 subscribers. What? Thanks guys for subscribing. If you haven't, you can do so below. Yeah, my mind is blown. When I started this channel like years and years and years ago, I was at like 30 subscribers for like a year and a half. I mean, granted, the quality wasn't the best and I don't know, wasn't as confident in front of the camera, I guess. But thank you so much for subscribing and following along. Today is a projects video. I will be sharing what I've been working on and any other random things I feel like chatting about. And if you don't know, all the things I talk about will be down in the description box below. You can find all the links to all the places you can find me. Also a link to my Ko-Fi account, which is new. So if you feel like buying me a cup of tea, because I don't drink coffee, that would be amazing. So I guess let's get into all the things. I only have one finished thing today. I was hoping to have another project done, but there's been a couple of days I just haven't. I've been feeling kind of meh. So I haven't even really wanted to knit. So yeah, lost a few days of knitting. It's fine. It's not like only one of them has a deadline. So the first thing I finished, or the only thing I finished, is my Remi Camisole by Caidree. So I did the test knit for Sabina at Caidree, and oh my goodness, this ribbed camisole, tank top, whatever you want to call it, is the best. So this is a DK. I knit mine out of Hobbie's, oh goodness, Amigo. It's a DK acrylic yarn, nothing fancy, but it's so nice. You see in the back. I sewed myself a little tag. It doesn't really have a front or a back, but I'm kind of weird, and when I like my things to have a front and a back. Technically the pattern doesn't have a front and a back, but my brain says there needs to be a back, because I'm a little crazy. It's fine. But you know, I can't handle tags. They are way too itchy. I hate tags. Funny because my kids also hate tags. My daughter could care less, but my boys hate them. Like my 2-year-old will cry if there is a tag. And I told my husband, I was like, I can't like be annoyed at it because I'm the same way. So I sewed myself a little tag using some other yarn just so I know which is the back, because I'm crazy that way. But yeah, I've worn it several times now, so it looks a little worn. It needs to be washed, but yeah, and I didn't block it because it's acrylic yarn, and once I put it on, it stretches out, and my stitches are pretty even to begin with, so I wasn't like super worried about like needing to even anything out. My hem is a little wonky because I didn't size down a needle, but it's fine when I wear it. It doesn't look wonky. So yes, the Remi Camisole by Caidree. It is a beautiful pattern. It is out now. Go knit yourself 1, 2, 5. I plan on making another one because it fits really nice. The only modification I'm going to make next time is I'm going to make it a little longer. It fits okay, but like when I bend over, like it hikes up my back, which I don't like any midriff area showing at any point in time. So the next one I make, I'm going to make a little bit longer, just for my own comfort levels. Okay, so my next finished project is a half finished object. I have one of my socks made. So this is the Flonkerton socks pattern, which is my own pattern. It is a DK worsted weight. I've knit it in both. This is a DK, and then I've knit it in worsted too. Just check your gauge. So this top yarn is my own hand-dyed yarn. This was Pacific Blush, or Pacific Kiss. And then this is a one-of-a-kind Plucky Mustard on the sweater base, and then nice little toe in the contrast. I kept the heel in this color just because this is just a super wash, where this has got a nylon content in it. So I wanted the heel to have that nylon. The toe, I don't wear on my toes very hard, but I do wear on my heels pretty hard. And on the balls of my feet. Like the balls and the heel are where I do the most of my wearing, the toes not so much. So I just wanted to have that extra strength in my heel. I have knit socks with just superwash yarn before with no nylon content, and so far they've held up, but I'm also not super hard wearing. And we have laminate flooring, so there's not like a ton of like friction with carpet. I do have a rug, but I don't walk on it a ton. It's just usually to get to a piece of furniture. But I don't wear them in my boots or anything like that unless I know they're a hard wearing sock. So these should be hard wearing. It's a merino cashmere nylon, I think. No, it was merino and nylon. It was a weird percentage. It was 90% merino and 10% nylon. That's why I thought there was cashmere, because it was a 10% nylon, which is weird. You don't see that super often. So anyways, it's a great sock. I'm excited to have another, or I guess this is my first pair of Flonkerton socks. I've knit Flonkerton socks for gifts for people, but never a pair for myself. So here we are, I'm making myself a pair. And then I am done with the leg portion on the second sock. I just need to start on the heel. And then there's my little narwhal buddy. Again, don't know where he's from. Sorry, he was a gift. So yeah. But you can find the pattern on my Ravelry, Etsy, or website. Plug. Sorry, I have to. But I really do like this pattern. And then the yarn is living in my handmade bag. Just one I whipped up for myself. I wish I'd weighed my yarn before I started this one, because usually, not always, but usually 100 gram skein isn't 100 grams. Usually it's a little more than 100 grams. But I don't know if it really was more than 100 grams. So before I started the second sock, I weighed the ball. I kind of was weighing it as I was going along with the first sock just to make sure I had enough, but I didn't weigh it before I started, of course. So I had 46 grams when I was done with the first sock. So I'm hoping I have enough to finish the second sock. Crossing fingers, toes, praying it's fine. And the first sock is a touch short. I wish I had knit it just 2-3 rounds longer. It fits okay, but it just pulls on the heel just a little bit more than I like, but it's fine. It will get worn tons. I have another pair of socks that I wear all the time that does that, and it's way worse than that one, so I know I'll be fine with it. So next thing is kind of a very long-standing project that I pull out every now and then to show you guys. But my knit cotton blanket, I want to have it done before the summer is done, because both my husband and I are kind of security blanket people. We like to have blankets on us even in summer, but most of our blankets are fuzzy or heavy or big thick wool blankets. So I really want this light, airy, it's super airy, probably you can see me through it. Hi. Yeah, so I want to have this done so we have something comfy to just have on us that's light. But since last time I've knit that much from the blue marker on up. So yeah, a good little chunk on it. Eventually I'll finish it. It's fine. I always take it on trips and stuff and get a big chunk on it done. But I'd like to have it done before we go on our trip this year, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. My goal is to finish this sweater and then knit on that blanket, and mostly that blanket. But this is my Untuva sweater by, hold that thought. Sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing names. I have to look at it while I'm saying it to make sure I get it right. It's probably still not right. Sorry, I'm really bad at names. It's the Untuva sweater by Ronja Hakalehto. It'll be in the description box, so you know, so you can look it up. So I'm testing this sweater for her. It is a, guys, why is there always bugs in my house? Anyways, I'm testing this pattern for her, and it is gorgeous. So I have finished the yoke. I am knitting the size small, extra small, the first size or the second size. I don't remember. I'd have to count my stitches. But yes, a gorgeous yoke. I have made a few mistakes. I knit a couple rows too many between this repeat and this like section. So I'm getting a little bit of like bubbling, you can see there. It should block out because when I tried it on, it smoothed out pretty nicely. So with some water and some pins, should block out just fine. And then I knit, there's like a row or two of the main body color, and then there's supposed to be some gray color work that happened in there, but I started the brown and just kept on going and totally forgot to add that. I was just like, woo, body, and started going, and then realized I forgot a row of color work. It's fine. It would have like made it kind of blend into the body a little bit better, so I might go back and duplicate stitch them in. Maybe we'll see how committed I am to that. But I've gotten about that far on the body, so I'm about halfway through the body, maybe a little bit more than that, but I'm so in love with it. It fits beautifully so far. And on here I have a couple of stitch markers. This one I have from Simply Serving. It's a cute little bee on a honeycomb. Doesn't want to look at it. There it goes. And then just one of my little resin stitch markers. And then I have some needle stoppers of mine on there. Oh, and so many markers and things on here. My Hello Lavender marker, which I love. So a little tip, because I get bored of projects, especially on the bodies. People are like, oh, Sleeve Island. I love sleeves. They go way faster for me than the body does. I hate knitting bodies. Like, I know I've probably said that a million times on here before. But one of the ways I keep motivated is, one, having 2 stitch markers, progress keepers, so I can see how much I knit the day before and try to like accomplish more than I did the day before. Just keeps me like, I can at least knit the same amount or double it or whatever. The other thing that keeps me interested is changing out my stitch markers, because you're looking at the same project, you're knitting the same stitch, it gets kind of boring. So I just switch out my stitch markers every now and then to keep me interested, because, you know, it's fun to go past the stitch markers. They're pretty. It's like, oh, I made it past it. It's so cute. When you see the same stitch marker over and over again, it's kind of like, there we are again. Switching it out makes it cute again. It makes it fun. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's one way, if you get bored of a project, to make it fun again. Add a different stitch marker to it, maybe. Yarn. So I am knitting these on the recommended needle size. Pretty sure. Yes. And then I'm knitting this out of Lion Brand Wool Ease. I had another sweater that I knit with this. I was almost done with it. I finished one sleeve, had one sleeve to go, tried it on, didn't like it. It's like end of last year, I think, something like that. I was working on it, didn't like it, frogged it. Now using it for the sweater. So this is the color Umber. This is what I'm using for the body and the sleeves. And then the light, like neutrally cream, is Natural Heather, and then the gray is gray heather, I think. I'm going to send her a message, but I'm the pattern doesn't say to, but I kind of want to put this stitch right here onto the sleeve. So do the umber all the way down until like here-ish, and then do this motif and have that white cream at the end. But I want to like send her a message first because it is a test. I don't want to alter it. And then like if she says yes, I'll make sure I include notes for her on what I did. So if other people want to do that, whatever. But I need to email her first because obviously, like I said, it's a test, and usually when you do a test, you don't want to alter the pattern at all because you're supposed to be checking this to make sure this is good. The yoke was beautiful. It was perfect. I thought I found a big thing. I was like, this is making no sense. Oh my goodness. I've been looking at the pattern for too long. Guys, if a pattern is not making any sense to you, leave it, then come back to it. I like sent her an email. I was like, am I misunderstanding? Like, is this supposed to be that? And then I went back to it later and was like, no, it's right. It's right. I've just gone crazy. It's fine. So I sent her an email. I was like, sorry, my bad. Ignore me. So yeah, anyways, on to the next thing. All right, so my next project I have living in my Prickly Owl butterfly bag. So this is my classic sweater by Espace Tricot. So I'm a little worried I'm gonna end up playing yarn chicken. I'm hoping not. I don't think so, but I don't know. So I have finished the yoke. I don't remember where I was last time I showed you guys. And then I've done about 2/3 of the body. So I don't want it super long, but I want it to hit a little bit below my natural waistline. But at this point I have used three balls of this. And I have 3 balls left, and I still have 1/3 of the body to go and 2 sleeves. So I don't know. So I've actually put the body on hold, and I'm going to, or I have started knitting on the sleeve, because for me it's more important. I want to get the sleeves done for sure. They need to be long because I am a picky sleeve person. They need to be long. I need to be able to, it's a security thing for me. I like to be able to tuck my hands inside of the sleeve and grip them with my hands. And if they're not like that, it drives me crazy. And then I don't know what to do with my hands. So yeah, I'm doing a sleeve. I'm gonna see how much yarn it takes to get 1 sleeve done. And if it ends up taking more than a ball, I'm gonna order more yarn. Because I think 1 ball should be enough to finish the body. Because let's see, where's my last join here for the body? Here. So from here to here, where my finger is poking out, from there to there is 1 ball. So I will get enough out of the body with 1 ball. But I just need to make sure the sleeves are gonna be good. So once I finish the 1 sleeve, I'll know if I need to order more yarn or if I'll be okay. So we'll see. But this yarn is Hobbie's Divina. It is an alpaca, merino, and polyamide. It is a blown yarn. It's super soft and dreamy. I love this yarn so much. It's probably my favorite. I want a couple more sweaters out of this yarn, if I'm being honest. I could have a whole bunch of sweaters in this yarn. My daughter has my shrunken sweater, and it's worn pretty good. She's a kid, so she's very hard on it, and it has held up pretty well. It's very pilly. I'm looking at it. It's over there. It's over there, just at a shot. and like if I depilled it, like it would look fine. Hers is also felted though a little bit, so we'll see how this wears differently from a felted version. So yeah, there's my classic sweater. Knitting it, pretty sure on recommended needle, think. On here I have another Hello Lavender marker. This is one of the mushroom ones. And then I also have my own resin markers, and then Latch and Lou Alpaca. So yeah, that's what I've been knitting on. That's basically all I've got. It's actually quite a bit. My goal is to finish the Untuva sweater, the Colorwork one, because that's supposed to be done by the end of June. We're on the 5th, 6th, 7th. We're at the beginning of June. So my goal is to finish that sweater. That obviously has a deadline, so I need to get that one done. I want to finish those socks because I have some new socks I really want to cast on, some funky kind of vintage 80s kind of socks. And then this sweater is probably going to go on hold for a while, just because once I finish that sweater, I want to work on my blanket, and then also I want to cast on some summer things. So yeah, the classic sweater might be on a little bit of a break, which is fine because it's not like I'm going to wear it anytime soon, and I'm so in love with this sweater that I know I'm going to pick it back up again so I can wear it. So I'm not worried about it like being cast aside and then never picked back up again, because I want that sweater so bad. So that's kind of what I've got planned right now. I have a summer light cotton like project that I want to cast on. Wow, that really hurt my brain. And then I want to cast on, I asked you guys to vote in my Instagram polls, and I disagree with you guys on your choice. There was between two tank tops, and I think I'm going to do opposite of what all of you guys voted. I want to do the Camisole number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, because I've found with my short hair, I really like the high neck. I don't know why, I just think it looks a little bit better than the like lower neck stuff. So I'm gonna cast on that one, so I have a high neck knit one. And then there's a couple of other ones I want to do. I do want to do another Remi. Yeah, and then I think I want to crochet another Chasing Summer light. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's all that I have to say about yarn. Oh no! Everybody stop! I've got to tell you something. I went to my first fiber festival. It was so great. So I didn't really realize, like I thought I had heard about it once, but then like never actually looked it up or like made any plans to actually attend. But we have Fiber Fusion Pacific Northwest here in Western Washington, which is only like a 20-minute drive for where I live. So that's amazing. So my friend and I, we went in the evening, late afternoon, evening on Saturday. We checked it out. It was fabulous. Not like when we first walked in, we walked into, there was like 2 barns. The first barn, you know, they had sheep, and then they had some of the farmers, and they had like stands set up with like the wool that they had from their sheep, and then like yarn that they had spun, and then just like loose roving, and then full like sheared, I don't know, what do you call it when it's not anything yet? It's just off the sheep. I don't know, guys. I'm not a professional. I'm just now starting to learn all this stuff. It's something I want to learn, but I haven't quite learned all of it yet. There's a book I really want to buy, but anyways, off the rabbit trail we've gone, and we're back. So the other thing they had in that barn was a bunch of like spinning wheels and just other like tools and things that they had for sale. Also a bunch of books and things. So we went in there, we browsed, we spent a good amount of time going around touching all the wool of all the different sheeps that like they had like all the wool in like giant bags to be judged, and then they had them for sale. So we were like digging our hands into each bag, just like petting each one to just like feel the difference and stuff. Our hands were very like oily from the lanolin and like all the wool. But it was a lot of fun to go around petting and stuff. And then we checked out, she had a book that my friend had gotten, and then I was like, oh, it looks like there's something else over in this other barn. Went over there, barn full of yarn. It's just full of yarn and wool and like bats and just all the things, all the good things. Surprisingly, I did like, okay, so I went in with some cash that I was like going to allow myself to spend. I bought 2 things. One of the vendors didn't take cash and the other one didn't have change. So I didn't get to use my cash, but I did stay on budget. I did stay on budget, actually under budget. Because one of the companies, they had some of their yarn on sale, and then the other one I only picked out 1 skein. I forgot to grab the yarn. I also got some other yarn that I forgot to grab, but I'll show you guys next time. I think I might even do a yarn haul video because I've gotten a decent amount of yarn recently. So I'll just show it all at the same time, plus I have some coming in the mail still. Anyways, huge barn full of all the goodies, beautiful local yarn. I was in love. It was so much fun to just browse with a friend, look at all the pretty yarn, and talk knitting and spinning and all the things with somebody else who had the same interests, because I go to local yarn stores, but usually I have my husband with me who has no interest, so I try to be like respectful and not spend too long because I don't want to bore him. So usually I'm like rushing, but it was so nice to like just take our time and look at all the things and pet everything and just oogle all the gorgeous yarns and wool, and it was so much fun. I cannot wait for next year. I'm very excited. I'm going to do some more research so I'm more prepared next time to look at maybe doing a class or 2. So I don't know, we'll see. I kind of want to do a spinning class. I really want to learn how to spin so bad. But anyways, yeah, went to a fiber festival. It was awesome, and I can't wait to go again. I understand why people travel to go do these things. I personally can never like probably justify spending the amount of money to go travel to like Rhinebeck or anything. Like, I'm sure this fiber festival is nothing compared to like Rhinebeck. But it was a lot of fun, and I can see why people want to travel to go do these because it's pretty cool. So yeah, I was very, very pleased that we got to go do that. All right, moving on to painting. So I only have a couple of little paintings I've done in the last few weeks. I have not had the time, so I did this one. It's a rock, you know. Excuse me, I inhaled something. So this one has a little bit of tape on it, and I'm not going to pull the tape off because I'm going to be painting the other side later today, maybe, hopefully. You can see the tape right there. But so this one is going to be paired with a hand-painted stitch marker for my next restock sometime in the month of June. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I will show you what I mean. But for my next restock, I plan on doing prints and then hand-painted stitch markers. So these hand-painted stitch markers, what I'm doing is I'm pouring a layer of like white resin, paint something on to like, wait for the resin to cure for a day. Then the next day, painting something on it, wait for the paint and stuff to dry. And then I am doing a clear coat of resin on top of the painting. So this has taken a bit of experimenting. There's been a lot of trial and error because the colors play a little differently once resin is poured on top of it. So I've had to like play around with making sure I get my colors right. But I think I've got it. So the first one I have, which you will have already seen on my Instagram, is the match to the painting I just showed you. Oh, hold on. Just gonna... Right there, you can do it. Right there. There we go. Maybe not. Ta-da! Kind of hard to see on here. Oh, plus my hand is very shaky, sorry. So I've got these. They will have silver findings on them, and then it will have 3 accent markers. Not really sure how I'm doing those yet. But yeah, they're pretty cool. And then I also have some, is that fly again? rectangle painted stitch markers that have the water behind it, and then some cute little daisies, wild daisies. Focus, there you go. Bam. And then I have these ones. Some water with some sunsetty clouds and wildflowers. And then those, I do have the accent markers painted up for. Let's see if I can hold all 3 at the same time. Boop. I just realized my fingers are like kind of dirty. I just pulled a few weeds out in my garden earlier, so, oops. Where are they? Hold on. All right, there they are. Kind of hard to see because they're little, but we have the water, the grass, wildflowers, and then the sky. So those will be the accent markers for that last one. I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait. I have poured the backs of some more yesterday, so the resin is cured today, so I can paint some. I'm not sure which like design I'm gonna do next. The theme is seaside, I forgot to mention. So yeah, all of them will be kind of oceany or beachy, you know, just kind of summery, because you know we're hitting summer. And I like using, personally, I like using seasonal appropriate markers. I know other people do too. I think other people do too. Pretty sure other people do too, it's not just me. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for those, or for work things. Life things, I don't know, some gardening, taking care of kids, homeschooling. We're starting to like simmer things down for summer. Yeah, I can't think of a whole lot else. I am making tea at the moment, like collecting things from my garden and dehydrating them. I picked some chamomile and then some mint and sage this morning, and I have those in my dehydrator going. Those will go for a few hours. I'll check on them, see where we are, because I accidentally burnt a whole bunch of mint last time I did it. Had it in for too long and at too high a temperature, so we're gonna try that again. But yeah, I ran out of tea. I collected a whole bunch of stuff last year, didn't collect enough. I ran through it. But yeah, my goal is this year have enough herbs to like carry me through all of winter up until things start blooming and growing again. So that's super cool. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Just life plugging away. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and joining. Thank you for 800 subscribers. Holy cow, I don't even know. It just blows my mind. You guys are so awesome. Who knew people would like to watch me? I'm either awkward, a little too weird, or a little too reserved. It's one or the extreme or the other. Meet me in person. I'm gonna be very quiet and probably not say a lot. You get me in this and I'm just awkward and weird, I guess. So thank you for 800 subscribers. You guys are amazing. If you aren't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe down below. You can find all the things on the description box. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.